All right, good evening, y'all. I'm Joshua Weisel here, Chief Weather Analyst for Weather 225 here in our storm studio. And it's been an interesting day so far. We had one storm push through a large portion of our coverage area from Oklahoma all the way down to just outside of our coverage area into central Arkansas. There's still many residents across the state that are still without power as of this update. So hopefully we can get that power restored because, as I'm about to show you, all good things come to an end. If you enjoyed the weather that we had this afternoon, you're not going to like what we have for tomorrow. So we're really hoping that we can get that power up and running by tonight at least, just because tomorrow's going to be a really hot one. So like we said, all good things must come to an end. It's beautiful temperatures that we had today, thanks to that cloud coverage, and some of the rainfall are coming to an end, unfortunately. So let's get into the forecast. Overnight tonight, you're going to notice a cooler overnight into tomorrow morning. Lows anywhere from 72 to even 76 degrees. Now, it really just depends on the location, but there could be some areas along the river valley in the I-40 corridor higher than that into the upper 70s. So River Valley is going to be overall the warmest, and it's going to be another warm and humid start to the day tomorrow for some locations. Others in northern Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, northeast portions of the area, especially in southwest Missouri, Branson around 72. That's going to be the nicest spot that we have tomorrow morning. Northwest Arkansas is going to be in the lower 70s as well. Here's what I meant by all good things coming to an end. We had highs today in the upper 80s. That was a fantastic afternoon. So it felt a lot better today. But tomorrow we're expecting those temperatures to jump pretty high. Highs are going to be anywhere from 100 to 105 depending on the location. We're going to see a quick return in those temperatures. It's going to be another warm and miserable day out there across the region. Some heat index values could be anywhere from 100 to 115. It really just depends on the area. And if you think this is as bad as it's going to get, wait till you see the forecast coming up for Wednesday. I'm not looking forward to that. So another hot day as we head into tomorrow. Now there's going to be a low end risk for maybe a couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms. For your severe weather risk, we have this highlighted area just for the remainder today into tomorrow morning. It's still a low end risk. So we're not expecting anything major with this activity. It's on the lowest end of the scale that we have here, which goes from low, medium, high, and extreme. And if you're new to our media, this is our color scale for the weather, the severe weather risk. And so it's not that there's anything wrong with the Storm Prediction Center. We choose to do a little bit differently here because we have a unique severe weather algorithm here in-house that it breaks it down by the likelihood of seeing severe weather in your area, and it goes by low, medium, high, and extreme. So it combines with what we get from the Storm Prediction Center and that algorithm. So that's why ours is a little bit different. We rarely see high, and I can't remember the last time that we saw extreme, just to tell you kind of what that scale looks like. So we're on the lowest end of the scale, so some good news. That's for tonight. Rain chances will continue throughout the evening into tomorrow morning, and here's a look at what that looks like from our algorithm. So this is one of our unique products you'll only see here at Weather 225, is showing, we got some additional rain chances. Now, this is for the entirety of the day today into tomorrow morning, and it did a pretty good job with the rain activity we already saw today. So doesn't mean that everyone's going to see expected rainfall throughout the remainder of today into tonight. In fact, it's going to be, one of those opportunities that we could see some additional showers and some thunderstorms, but not everyone's going to see that activity. So unfortunately, for those of us that desperately need the rainfall, not everyone's going to see this activity. Rainfall between today and tomorrow is looking like this. So this is combining what we've got from today into tomorrow from the Weather Prediction Center. Some of us could see anywhere from a couple tenths of an inch of rainfall. Some other areas could see as high as maybe close to 2 inches of rainfall as well. So not everyone's going to see rain the remainder of today and tonight, and not everyone's going to see rain tomorrow. Rain chances tomorrow are less than they were today, but it's going to be one of those opportunities that we may get a couple scattered showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm or two, or we may not see anything at all. So we'll need to keep an eye on the radar tomorrow. Something else to keep an eye on may be the Foghorns morning fog outlook. We'll get to that here in just a second. I forgot we had the weather outlook for the fire weather as well. The good news is we can roll right past this because there's no highlighted areas from the Storm Prediction Center for fire weather risk. And now here's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook. So compared to our update earlier, it did start to build in some areas possible. And that's for some of those cooler temperatures that we'll see tonight. And so that includes Stillwater, Barnsdall, maybe parts of the Tulsa Metro, Southwest Missouri, and maybe Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, it's It's not looking like it's going to be a major, widespread dense fog, activity type morning, right? But there could be some patchy fog in parts of eastern Oklahoma from Stillwater to Barnsdall, maybe in the Tulsa metro, maybe not quite far eastern Oklahoma, but areas near Joplin, maybe Branson, and then parts of the River Valley. There could be some areas. Notice it's not into the darker shades of red. In the areas that show the map pulling through, that's not anything at all. But notice it's right around the 6-mile visibility or less for Stillwater, parts of Barnsdall, and then even starting to see that in parts of the River Valley. So patchy fog possible tomorrow morning. Huge shout out to Foghorns for sponsoring our channel. We're so grateful to have them here as a sponsor. And please show them some support like they support us. It's a fantastic environment to go out there and enjoy some sports as we're headed into football season, as you know. They got locations in Fayetteville. If you're not able to attend the game in person on game day when it's in Fayetteville, great location to go and watch the game. If they're out of town and you're looking for a place to watch the Razorbacks, another great opportunity. So be sure to check them out. They got some awesome wings and stuff along the lines with that. So they've got some food, they got drink, they got all of that. Be sure to support them in Fayetteville. And a perfect opportunity coming up with football season on the horizon. That's a look at the Foghorns Morning Fog Outlook. Coming up, we'll show you the full extended forecast here. All right, and welcome back. I get to be the bearer of bad news. I already told you the temperatures today not going to last long because tomorrow we see a quick rebound in those temperatures, and we're going to see these temperatures sticking around for a while. There will be a couple of days in the near future that maybe temperatures are a little bit cooler once again, but I got to tell you, the extended temperature forecast still looking pretty miserable out there. Well above average temperatures, some extreme heat is once again likely as we head into the next 8 to 14 days. Unfortunately, precipitation, it's looking below average once again. So we got a little bit of rainfall today. Not everyone saw it. This by no means is going to help with the drought in any significant impacts. And so I think we're going to start talking about fire weather conditions within the next couple of weeks once again if we don't see any more rainfall. So with that being said, we'll need to keep an eye on it. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. And like we said, it's going to be a miserable 7 days. But there is some good news. Notice it's mid-upper 90s Northwest Arkansas, right? So it's not going to be consistently in the triple digits like it has been, and it feels like it's never ending at this point. We got low rain chances pretty much for the foreseeable future. It's going to be one of those setups pretty much every day going forward for the majority of the area that could you see 1 or 2 little pop-up thunderstorms, some rain? Yes. But there's also the chance there may not be anything at all. So there will be enough ingredients for some pop-ups, but it doesn't guarantee that they're actually going to happen. So we'll keep an eye on it. Here's a look at what we got for the River Valley. We're going to choose to pretend that Wednesday is not on the board. 107. That's the air temperature. That's not the feels like temperature. That's the actual air temperature. So heads up, if you're a district leader, if you're a coach, whatever it is, because we got a lot of high school, middle school, and all the school sports that are just starting back up. If they haven't already, if you got athletes coming up the next couple of days, you're going to need to make sure that they're staying cool, taking breaks in the shade, and most importantly, make sure that they're staying hydrated. Temperatures are going to be no joke going forward. If you're working outside, yard work, construction, anything that includes physical activities outside, please take care of yourself. These temperatures, they mean business the next several days. And, I know many people personally, they think that they can just kind of push through this heat. You can't. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. You are number one priority. I know we got a lot of things to do. We got work, and you want to make sure that you can get the work done. And, if you're an athlete, you want to make sure that you can push yourself. Please don't push it. It's not going to be one of those stretches of weather that you can just push through and it's going to be fine, right? You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. So that's a look at what we got there. That's the same for Northeast Oklahoma. Miserable forecast the next several days. A couple days a little bit cooler, but still not cool, right? So we've got that going on. And then take a look at what we've got with Southwest Missouri, kind of the same thing. We've got the triple digits and then some mid-upper 90s. So enjoy the weather the remainder of this evening. It's beautiful out there. Keep in mind, we could see some additional pop-up showers and some thunderstorms. Not everyone's going to see that. And then those temperatures, they come back and they mean business tomorrow through Wednesday. We'll have more on your forecast as we head throughout the week. Keep it here with Weather 225. We're your local one-stop weather shop for all things weather since 2015.